Hiya folks, just a reminder to check out my other channel, How to Rock Spirit, where I talk about psychedelic spirituality and astrology. Hope to see you there. Good day everybody, my name is Dustin Cormier and you guys are watching How to Rock a Campfire. Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode is going to be on a song called Hard to Handle. Originally by Otis Redding, and then the Grateful Dead went and did it, and I particularly like the Grateful Dead version. And then there's another rocker guy, I think it was, can't think of the name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But I prefer the Grateful Dead version, and Otis Redding's version is also pretty awesome too. So what I got going on here... So I've got this particular version that I think I got off a tab or something like that. I don't usually advocate tabs, but sometimes they get the job done, you know? So this is like a groovy sort of version that you would play. Like, it's awesome to play with a band. If you got a good, nice, slinky guitar player that's usually got, like, Jerry Garcia used, like, that Gibson SG, and it's got, like, not too crunchy, but just a nice, slinky sound on it. And so basically what I'm playing with is I've got my bar chord, a barred E chord on the 7th fret. So that's like it's a B chord. The song is in B, right? And this whole thing, like if you wanted to, you could just go B the whole time. Baby, here I am, I'm a man upon your scene. And so what I'm doing to like dress it up is I'm basically going... it's kind of confusing, I guess, but from that, when you're in that B chord, the first 3 notes that you hit are vaguely, I'm going to say, the middle of guitar, the bass on the guitar, and then the high end of the guitar. Middle, bass, high. So those are those first 3 notes. And then what he does is he slides, you're basically taking them from, let's say, 2nd finger on the 9th fret and 3rd finger on the 10th fret. You slide them up to the 2nd finger on the 10th of the B string, 3rd finger on the 11th of the G string. And then you kind of go from there, and usually I'll just use my 1st finger barred on the 9th fret to go to the next part of the chord. Bam, bam. And then what you want to do after that is you bar your 1st finger again, sort of on where you would be barring it for like a B chord, without the whole huge B chord thing, right? Basically, you're just barring it on the G, B, and E string. And when you bar it, you hit the G string, and then you hammer on your 2nd finger onto the 8th fret of the G string. So you're going from this sort of 10th and 11th fret of the G string to the 9th fret, taken care of by the whole 1st finger, and then you bar your 1st finger on the 7th fret, hit the 7th fret of the G, hammer on to the 8th fret of the G with your 2nd finger, and then use your 3rd finger to go to the 9th fret of the D string, which is the B note. So you're going... That's probably the best thing for you to do instead of barring your 1st finger. You use your when you go to these high notes with your 2 fingers, you slide them back and then use them together like this. 3rd finger on the 9th and the 2nd finger on the 9th to do that part. Just so your 1st finger is ready to go back and bar on the B chord, right? So hopefully I haven't made this too confusing. I'm going to try to go a little forward here so you can see what I'm talking about. And that's really the main riff. From there, I'm just kind of playing around with other stuff. The main other thing that I'm kind of doing sometimes, you'll notice, is that, so this is like your E chord. I'm basically coming up to sort of like it would be the high G and D, like which is the 7th of the chord. If this was a regular E chord, obviously it's not. When I'm taking my pinky sometimes, either my pinky or my first finger, and just barring the 2 notes on the 10th fret of the high E and B string, and then carry that up to the 12th fret of the B string, which is the B note, of course, right? So anyway, now that I've shown you guys that, that is literally pretty much like the whole song, up to the chorus, obviously, right? I've got some good old loving and I got some more in store. When you get through blowing on to you, you got to come back for more. Boys and boys. And so then what I like to do, you can either do it like a low one. Boys and things will come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now, yes I am. Oh, hard to handle now. You can either do it low like that, but I'd usually prefer to do it high up, actually. Boys and things will come by the dozen, but that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now, yes I am. A-E-P, yeah, A-E-P, so hard to handle now. A-E-P, A-E-P. Actions speak louder than words, and I'm a man with great experience. Oh, I love the way that they orchestrated this song, man. It's so cool. So yeah, it's a great song to play with a bunch of people. If you guys can all just sort of have a different groove, especially if you got a bass player keeping it on home. So yeah, I guess I'm pretty much, I'm just going to show you guys myself playing the whole song the whole way through, now that I've shown you all the chords. So you can get a feel for what it is that I'm trying to get at here. And I'll try to fancy it up with like other little riffs and stuff in there, whatever I can pick out anyway. I'm just probably just gonna be the same shit over and over, but anyway, we'll see. This is the fun of music, you know? Musical fusion in the moment, people. So this is Hard to Handle, written, I believe, by Otis Redding and played by the Grateful Dead. That's the version that I'm kind of pointed at. Played by Dustin Cormier for How to Rock a Campfire. And, yeah, please enjoy. Hey, baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene. I can't give you what you want, but you gotta come home with me. I've got some good old loving and I got some more in store. When I get through throwing it on to you, you got to come back for more. Boys and things will come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but a drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now, yes I am. Oh yeah, so hard to handle now. Actions speak louder than words, and I'm a man with great experience. I can't give you what you want, but I can love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. I advertise love for free, so won't you place your ad with me? Boys and things will come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now, yes I am. So hard to handle now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Baby, here I am, I'm a man upon your scene. I can't give you what you want, but you gotta come home with me. I found some good old loving and I got some more in store. When I get through throwing it on to you, you got to come back for more. Boys and dudes will come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now. Yes, I am. So hard to handle. So hard to handle now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, you know you're gonna give it to me. Gonna give it real good. I need your loving. You know I could. Imagine the things we could do, baby. Just me and you. Me and you, babe. Yeah. Right on. I like to do that little, when the Grateful Dead does this song, you know, they go into a big soundscape where everyone is just ripping the sexiest tune, you know? And then as they're going along with that, one person will be on the harp. And then there's a guy that they played with at their early career that died, and they wrote lots of songs about. His name was Pigpen. He was just a bit of a nutty sort of guy. He's that skinny guy with the mustache. And there's one video I can hear in my head. I don't know if it was the Festival Express or one of their older concerts, where they would be ripping this tune, and Pigpen is on top just doing all these really guttural sort of like badass improvised lyrical components, as I was trying to do at the end, you know, is to try to like have anything just about, you know, come on baby, let's get together, imagine the things we could do, all that kind of stuff, you know. Adds a realism to the song when a bunch of people are playing it and you got one person just doing spontaneous lyrics, you know, it's really great. So yeah, so that was Hard to Handle by the Grateful Dead, originally by Otis Redding and played by yours truly, Dustin Cormier. Hope you guys dug it, and I hope you guys can throw that into your repertoire. Hopefully I haven't made the song too complicated for you. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching my channel. I'll see you guys next week.